I am so excited for today's show. I mean, I just cannot even tell you. Are you excited? Are you excited?
I am.
Oh,
I'm
well, we should
excited.
go 'cause
I'm
we're
excited that I'm awake.
Yeah, let's go. What's up, Pops?
Not much, kid. Are we on?
We are on.
Damn.
Pops, will you just hit us with some headlines, please?
Yeah. Done did Vegas. First Friday. Survey says. Even though that's not.
That's not right.
Hey, want to smoke 76 cigars in one sitting? New Principal Cigar departs ICC Gate 600 on March 31st.
That is a really long but pretty good headline. All
That
that
was
and more
stellar.
in 10 seconds.
Watch the blues go up in smoke.
And we're back.
And we're back.
What's up, Pops?
It's Saturday.
At the shop. It's Saturday at the shop, and we are about to smoke a cigar that none of you will be smoking this morning.
No, you
Unless
will
you
not.
are Josh Sims, because he's the only other person that has access. Good morning, by the way. This is Saturday at the shop, our weekly get-together, where Pops and I kind of recalibrate.
Yeah.
And recalibration is needed after this week.
Recalibration is definitely needed today after, hold on, let me get our stuff up here. After a, what felt like 10 days in Las Vegas.
It felt like 10 days. It was actually 3 days.
It was.
Except for the last day felt like 1 day. Because
It
the
did.
other 2 days felt like 8.
6 days,
And
yeah.
we were...
There's a lot of math going on right now that I'm not sure, 100% sure I can deal with.
Good morning is what we're trying to say to all of you. If you're watching this, go ahead and hit like, comment, share. We've got some cigars. As a matter of fact, we talk about giving away cigars. We've got a big old bag of cigars, and we could give some of this stuff away. So,
Well, as
make
long as
sure
we
you-
don't, that is part of our testing.
Well, there are some that we have in the humidor that we can give away. Like we've got Liga Privada.
I think your son or your brother Nathan might beat your ass if you give those away.
I'd like to see him try. Also, we've got just some German engineered cigars in there.
We do.
So just be active with us this morning, and it will probably pay off.
And if you're coming to us from a foreign country like Chicago, let us know, and we will say good morning to you in your post-Las Vegas.
Tony Gallant's coming in.
From where?
I think Tony Gallant is up there in Canada, if I remember
Do
correctly.
you think?
I could be wrong.
Good day, mate. Hey, if you're coming in from Canada.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
So, before we melon ball our cigar, we have a new item, and I'm excited because we were able to go to the booth, see this new device. I bought them, and what did they say? You want to take them with you? Hell yeah! I
Yep.
don't have to wait.
So we have these now.
This is the new Cigar Medic Pro metal, digital, rechargeable, and it has these new thinner probes on it so that it'll go into a Lancero. But basically what this will do is tell you what the humidity is on your cigars. You push the little digital button.
Now, as he's doing that, just know that relative humidity in the air, in the temperature, or the humidity of your cigar should not be the same. You want to test about 60 at the foot, maybe even down to mid-50s, pretty safe. Right?
Yeah, I think, if you're 62, 63 at the foot, you're in a good space. If you're 70, 72 at the foot, things are going to be a little soggy.
He's up
this-
there, Vancouver Island. He's up there, BC.
Good day, mate.
Good day to
Hey,
you,
let's
Tony.
do some fishing. Hey, so this one comes in at 62.6%. It's I liked them before, but this is cool. The probes are retractable, rechargeable, smaller. Stick it in your pocket.
Here's
off you
where
go.
it's ultimately better. It gives you one number readout. Previously, you'd stick the little probe there into the end of the cigar, and it would give you multiple numbers.
Yeah,
But with this, you put it in, and the numbers.
and we even asked them. So, what number did we believe on the old one?
Somewhere
it's
between-
at 1 and 5 seconds.
What is that?
Come on, man.
It's
Just give us a
17
number.
numbers. So this, you can see the point number
Yeah.
moving, but okay, I've got 61 at the
Yeah.
foot of this thing. So It's much easier to use. Good step up.
These,
What are those?
These
what do they
guys
cost?
are. That is, I think it's $70 regular, and then of course members get their discounts and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's well worth it.
But I'll tell you what. Knowing the humidity, being able to check the humidity on your cigar is really, really cool. And it's one of those things that's just been a mystery. There was no way to check it before. Mm-hmm. But we also have their new device called the Baller. These guys are like mad scientists. And there's one guy in there that's just, hey, I got an idea. Let's do it. So this is like it actually has a really high-tech machined ball bearing that has a section cut out of it that becomes very sharp. And the idea is to stick the cigar inside there and, oh, I feel my foot off. But it creates this concaved bite out of the cigar that, according to them, will prevent the tars and whatnot from coming up and settling in at a point. So it's almost like a punch on steroids.
Well, that's actually easier than I thought it would be.
It's concave, so it stays above the shoulder, so there's less chance of cracking the cap or cutting too deep. So, really cool. And what they have another device they're coming out with that you'll be able to set inside there and basically act like you're cutting it, but it's sharpening the blade.
That I think is a massive
very
advantage.
cool.
It's pretty cool. Actually, it's easier to cut than when we were in the booth. They're like, put pressure. They were all worried about it. But I'm all about that. It feels like
it is.
too.
That's a real chunk of metal right there. That one's no joke.
What do we got? Kathleen is coming in. Good morning. Julie, good morning. William, good morning. You definitely do need to get one of these. What I realized is it's kind of this, when I'm talking about this, the humidification, the humid checker, whatever the hell you call it, you think it's just this gadget. And it is. But then once you have one at the house, you realize it's much better to, instead of chasing a hygrometer readout of your humidor, let the cigars do the talking.
Let the cigar do the talking.
Yeah, you can see where it's at. Did you just steal his lighter? Okay. Sorry, Rob. Good morning.
I mean, we came with a cutter and we were able to check the humidity. We just didn't bring any way to light the cigar. But we are smoking. Why don't you tell us what we're smoking?
Oh, I'll tell you what we're smoking here, Michael. Michael McPhee, good morning to you over there in Lodi. You want to give him a little good morning action here?
Good day, mate.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to hop in.
Lodi, California.
We're sliding all over the place here. We're just going to slide over into cigar talk.
I'm not mad about the draw that this gives.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm for it. But you know what I'm for is the cigar we're smoking, which is the Gran Habano El Enemigo by George Rico. For those of you who have smoked a Gran Habano within the past couple of years, you're going to know how delicious they are. They have the Zulu Zulu, the Black Dahlia, the blue and green. They've got incredible Maduros and Corojos.
20th Anniversario, after only 1 month on the shelf, was our #2 cigar in our top 25.
Mm-hmm. And this?
And now there's this.
I'll tell you what, immediately this is good. It has a lot of the sweetness from the Anniversario. And what George was saying when I asked him if a Zulu smoker would enjoy this, he said yes. I, in my mind, was picturing that, but I got something closer to that Anniversario, which is obviously our #2 cigar of the year.
The box is beautiful that it comes in. Velvet back, even the edge that goes around the box, around the tray that the cigars sit in, is velvet. It's a dual labeled cigar.
Produced by Davidoff.
It is produced by Davidoff. And so you have George Rico. He has their 5th generation farmers, been growing tobacco for a long time in the Dominican and Honduras. Now, all of a sudden, they're doing a project with Davidoff. And I smoked a Davidoff white label at the show yesterday. It was good, bright. It had some really nice flavors. It had some depth and complexity to it. This almost tastes like a Maduro version of that. Mm-hmm. You know, it is. Man, it's good. So here's
the fact that we're all a little scatterbrained right now should tell you the quality of this cigar and also the amount of sleep we got this week. because this thing is a bit distracting. I like it. There's a lot going on. This is the first time we've smoked it.
First time we've
obviously,
smoked it. We're very excited about it. I am excited to announce that the cigar was going to come out end of April. George is having 200 boxes sent in. We were able to secure more than our fair share of those. That will hopefully be here in the next 2 weeks.
So the rest of the world has to wait until April.
The smart thing, frankly, what I've got going on right now, the smart thing would have been not to tell them, and we just take the first boxes home. That would have been smart.
But here's the thing.
But now you got Rob. He's going to be holding us to our word.
I'm okay with this because George Rico is top-tier human being, and he makes sure that the ICC family is taken care of. So I'm not worried about this because we were supposed to get 2 boxes of Anniversarios of each Vitola, right?
We got 60.
Yeah, 60 boxes. I'm not worried about this.
Yeah.
So let's share the wealth. I mean, I think that is probably the theme for all of Gran Habano cigars. Just share them because George Rico makes sure we're taken care of. Pops, let's talk a little bit about top news. What you got on top news?
I'm sorry, man. I'm having a problem here. This I have a problem picking my friends, is what I'm telling you. No, but no, this is really good. Distracting is what was your question?
Hit us with some top news from this week.
Okay, so TPE show. The show is 25% premium cigars, 75% CBD, hemp, vape, all of these guys.
Directly for kids.
I'm telling you something.
Let's be honest.
The fact that the FDA is attacking the premium cigar industry, when all they have to do is walk in, look to the left, they see a bunch of just dudes walking around smoking cigars, old guys doing their thing.
Yep. And
you look to the right, and these booths are bright DJs, booth babes, and candy everything.
Literally candy everything.
Candy everything.
Here's the thing.
Just don't let your kids eat it.
Yeah, it looks like a rave on the right side, and on the left it looks like a postcard convention. And that's the cigar industry.
Exactly.
They're talking about Rolodexes and they're talking about dot matrix printers. On the right side, you got these girls with these big old asses.
Yeah.
A lot of talent at this show, just flying up and down the aisles. The cigar industry hasn't quite figured out
collective
the talent
IQ 88,
and it's
the whole damn show.
The whole show.
But it was every type of candy, lemon heads, peach rings, all this other stuff, just jammed packed full of nutrients and hemp.
If you want some, hit up Elliot because he bought $900 at cost.
At cost.
Which is about $100,000 retail cost.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, these guys. The margin in CBD. That's why you see these shops everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's a different universe.
Speaking of, did that gummy hit you?
No.
It didn't? Oh man, it hit me like crazy.
Well,
we were laying
down. I didn't take it. I just took a.
I took half of that half.
No,
Did you take a nibble of that?
Yeah, I'm not a crackhead. I just can't do that shit.
When we were watching Impractical Jokers, it was starting to hit me. I was like, all right, go to sleep, Brandon. This is just get to sleep. It was uncomfortable.
It didn't really do anything. Okay. But
yeah, it didn't hit Elliot, I guess, apparently. He did lose a bunch of money at the casino, so maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, but good morning, everyone who's there. TPE did go well. We did go see the Love Show, which, if you're ever in Vegas this year, because it's the last year, go see Cirque du Soleil Love Show.
Love Show. It's the Beatles. I'm a Beatles kid growing up. My mom, we didn't have a TV, but we listened to the Beatles. I got my kids involved in listening to the Beatles at an early age, and we were able to all go see the show. I've seen it 14 times, and this one is different. It's only, in all the years that I've seen it, I've seen 3 different versions. The second version was very similar to the first, but you could identify a couple different. This one was different.
What's up, Pops Levitt?
So it was, the show was great.
God, it was good, wasn't it?
It was so good.
All the way through. We had great conversations with both the Olivers, United, German Engineered.
Yep.
German engineered, house exclusive, coming so soon.
So
You're going to be
soon.
excited to find out what that is and what's
Super
happening.
excited.
Their new packaging is kick-ass.
Yeah.
With the actual, I really appreciate their mindset, because when most people package, they think they have this much real estate. Instead of, well, you've got the whole cigar if you really want to.
Yeah.
Keep enough so they can see the wrapper of the cigar. But the fact that they're telling the story, that's what I love.
I loved it.
Tell the story and having a useful piece of collateral at the end.
Yeah. The other Oliver, our friend Oliver from Selected Tobacco that sells us our Atabey Byron's and all that good stuff. Can anybody say ICC exclusive Maduro Atabey? That's just
Were you supposed
exploded.
to?
People just explode.
Hang on. Were you supposed to say that?
It's nobody's watching.
Yeah, nobody's watching. But they did release the Atabey Ritos Black. It was part of their NFT. They're backing up, instead of just some like buy this JPEG for $80,000. They actually, for every NFT token they have a box of cigars.
Yeah.
Well, there's gonna be a place where you can buy that.
Here.
Yeah.
Only place.
Atabey Ritos Black.
Yeah.
NFT, Atabey in a black box. There's a lot of goodness happening.
It has the wrapper is beyond like the Distinguidos. So anybody that's looking for that, loves that Atabey, but just wants that little bit of dark chocolate added to it, it's going to be there. So that was great. Other good conversations.
Luciano,
of course.
Luciano, we had a number of conversations. He has just cemented himself into our lives in such a positive way.
Yeah.
He is the type of person that I want my family to grow up around. Him and his family. And Rachel was there, and hopefully, as a matter of fact, pivoting to this slightly, there is a chance, because these crazy assholes drove from Miami to Las Vegas for the show, and they're going to drive back. On the way, they may stop here, and I'm thinking they'll stop here.
Well, they said they're routing themselves to come through this way.
Okay, so this week...
Might not be the fastest way, but it's the best way.
This week, you may get a chance to spend some time with Luciano, with Rachel, Becca, with Cynthia. That family, if you haven't met Luciano and those guys, you absolutely need to.
Yeah.
They're a cut above.
So super exciting stuff there. Yesterday, your brothers and I worked the show while you sat out and had a 3-hour or 4-hour meeting with Darren.
Yes.
That you didn't tell me anything about.
That moved really fast. Well, we're talking, because we will be in partnership with Darren next door.
Yep.
Which is, if not known then, known now. So we're talking about solidifying what products are going to be only available next door and how that's going to work. There will be 6
only
core
place
lines.
on the planet, from what I understand. Not even available in there.
No, it won't. It will only be available there.
In the bar.
So there are going to be 6 core line. There's going to be an Aviator, 2 cocktail selections, an Accomplice.
Didn't he make some cigars that were like designed to be with certain specific drinks?
Yes, those are the cocktail collections.
Okay.
So that's the actually. I'll wait.
Yeah, that's fine. We can't.
I mean, there are 6 core line products. He's working on he's done with the Petite Cochon Volant, which may launch here March 31st. Rob.
Oh.
May. We haven't confirmed that exactly.
Petite Cochon Volant.
Yes.
4.5-inch Cochon Volant. A little bit smaller ring gauge.
Cute as hell from what it looks like in the photos. I haven't actually held one yet.
It looks cute.
It looks cute. But what I appreciate about Darren Chaffee, and when we get together with Darren Chaffee, is this industry is full of first drafts. I thought about it. Okay, that's it. But he is anti-first draft. So we're continuing to think about, okay, how does his brand work with our brand, and how does that come in? And just we're kind of rehashing a lot of those things that we spoke about as we designed in a perfect world. We're trying to identify some of the back end stuff. It will bore everyone to hear these conversations, but a good conversation with Principal. There will be beyond exclusive product.
Yeah.
It will be custom tailored products that will work with a custom tailored experience.
Yeah.
So
I think one of my big takeaways was after now 5 years of doing it the way we do it, we are very visible in the industry because of the things we do, this being one of them. But it's interesting how many brands had kind of treated us like just another cigar shop that are not doing that now. Case in point, we had a great one of my absolute favorite cigars of all time is the La Polina Goldie. Love the cigar. They have a new 125th anniversary out. Beautiful cigar. But they have some other stuff that's in this kind of sub $10 price point. That's not where we live. Before it was buy all of that and we'll let you have these. That has changed.
Yeah.
So it's under a couple of new owners. These guys have a different attitude, and it's like, let's get you the stuff that you want and the stuff that you need, and that's gonna be Goldies. That's gonna be some of those things.
And I want to be real clear with one thing. I want to be real clear. When we go to the shows and when people are good morning, when these manufacturers are talking about industrial, there are manufacturers who are top tier manufacturers who you would know, who are speaking about you. The people who are watching this, people who are here. They don't talk about. They don't talk about you and me.
No.
They talk
other
about
than a stupid Sats block.
Right.
Yeah.
Simple, trivial stuff that we do. They talk about briefly, but the respect that top tier manufacturers, the guys that aren't even in the humidor, talk about this lounge when we're not here, and everyone who's here a part of this is substantial.
So. I had this rush of pride. I went over to somebody, I love the guy, Brian Matolik, just love the guy. But when the conversation starts out with, I was just talking about you guys. I had such a great experience at your shop. That's because he got sucked into the culture.
Yeah, and
the fact is when the conversation starts, I just was talking about you guys.
I didn't tell you what Perdomo was talking about.
No.
Perdomo was talking about us.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
To someone we know. I'll tell you more about it. Perdomo is sitting there in their booth, and they're going, industrial? Nick Perdomo, right? Industrial. Those guys, I just don't know what they're doing. We hear all these good things. They're just kind of this mystery, everyone's saying they've got the most educated people and they've got this and it's so much different and the products there was this whole element of frustration.
Pretty good sign that they've never been here.
Frustration that they're not in the humidor, that the way that people are talking about this family when we're not in the room frustrates the people who are not on the floor. So keep up the great work is what we're saying, is keep kicking ass. Here are the key components. When you walk in, greet people, welcome new people, learn more, and be engaged, and we will become the finest cigar experience on the planet.
There's no doubt. And look, there are great cigar lounges out there, but to every manufacturer, to the man or woman, what they say about this culture is unmatched in the industry. I had a top guy at Drew Estates said, nobody in the industry does what you guys do on social media. Nobody.
Well, I will say there are some good. I will say for what that's worth, I think Pravada is doing a really fine job on social media. I think those guys they're putting in the work.
They're doing what they got to do to support their model. I mean, that's their model.
I agree. And we'll see what the longevity of the model works out to be. But the guys are hustling, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah, I think the show itself, there were a lot of brands there that we got samples. We'll see what they like. I mean, we had some stuff that I will be honest, I have a preconceived notion about some of the brands, but that's where your brothers really did a great job of explaining what we do, flushing out some of those guys, I don't give them a lot of time, but they did.
Yep.
And we got samples, and we're going to give them a fair shot, and we'll see what happens.
This is just one bag of samples just from yours, right?
Yeah.
So we've got maybe 200 cigars in here.
Maybe, yeah.
Here's the thing: if you want to be a part of the testing committee,
Yeah.
what I need you to do one thing and drop this in the comments. Comment in, and then put a 1, 2, or 3 next to how you would classify yourself as a cigar smoker. 1 is a humble newbie. 2 is I feel pretty confident, and 3 is I can recite a blend to you.
Yeah.
Because we need to find that right mix of the 1, 2s, and 3s as we go through. So if you want to be in, drop a comment now with a 1, 2, 3 next to your name.
It's you can't be a germaphobe to do this this testing.
Yep.
And you'll puff on, I don't know, 20, 30 cigars that night. But our mission is to flush out the stuff that has a chance to get on the floor. Once it has, there's some new brands that we've talked to that one in particular has been Cigar Aficionado #1 like 2 of the last 4 years and had a #2. This is one that I could tell you just personally doesn't fit my flavor profile, but it doesn't mean it doesn't fit others. Obviously, it fits Cigar Aficionados.
Yeah.
So we're going to give that might be its own independent test because they have so many different products in their line. That might be its own.
Here's the deal: it will be its own.
Okay.
And the reason why it's going to be its own is they're so driven to be in the humidor that they are sending 1 box for every single cigar they make.
Yeah.
So we will have,
which is going to be a pallet.
It will be a pallet of cigars. So there will be 2 experiences. There will be 3 nights. There's going to be regular testing of trying multiple lines.
Yeah.
And running through that.
There's a lot of stuff in that box. I'm telling you guys, you've never heard of it.
And there will be a 3rd standalone 1 single brand test. So, and this will happen over the next couple of weeks. We need these cigars to acclimate out of desert humidity.
Yep.
And we will schedule this. And those who are chiming in, thank you, appreciate that. Sims is in at a 1. We need a 1 for sure.
Tony Gallant, come on down here. It's going to be 77 degrees tomorrow. It's probably not that in Canada.
I think he said it was snowing and it was -3.
-3.
I think that's what he put earlier.
That's in the kiss my ass temperature range.
Mm-hmm.
So treat yourself to a vacation. Jump on a plane. I have knocked the ice off the wings, and let's get that thing. They probably have one of them float planes that they have to take off on the lake.
That's a good point.
Bring walleye with you, so we can have a fish fry.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Let's talk a little something here. Let's go education.
What?
Yeah, let's do a little bit of education.
Okay.
What's the last thing you've learned in the cigar industry?
Oh, God damn it. What's the last thing you learned since you asked that question? I'm hoping you have an answer.
No, I don't. I don't have an answer to that. And
I have to. I just sit back and think about the conversations I've had with Luciano and went, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Yeah.
One we talked about last time, which was lighting half of the cigar to check the construction of the cigar, because as that cigar will run on one side, if it's well constructed, it'll self-correct.
Yep.
One thing
I just learned this week is how there's an entire model of building a business around crown jewel lines, one of which is Foundation. And they're almost taking this Drew Estate model where Foundation has Tabernacle, now the Olmec, which are just taken off and running. But they're realizing they need to protect their tobacco, they need to protect their process. So they need to create this assortment of core line products. So Wednesday, the Charter Oak, the Wise Man. And it's an interesting model because they talk about it specifically. We need to establish the game, we'll call it. We need to establish the game where you need to purchase these in order to get to this. And it is a model, and it is unfortunate for end consumers and retailers because then you have gaps of product that people buy, that is no longer there, and then you have a big set of product that people don't buy, and then you have to learn to push it. It's a model that I'm not in their seat, so I don't like the model.
Yeah.
I understand that that's possible, but if you see these big top tier, the Ligas, the Tabernacles, the fill in the blank of the big stuff, basically if it's used in Pennsylvania broadleaf, it's going to be sitting aside. They probably have 20,000 pounds of this tobacco, but it still requires you to play the game in order to, I think, sustain your long-term growth.
Yeah.
And what I appreciate about the model is it is something that's longer, that's creating the foundation and making a crown jewel as they work on bringing the rest up to that level. So I appreciate that, and they're honest with the fact that it's going to hurt them. But you know, it is a model that I saw this week that was new to me.
Yeah. Jim Stanko's coming in and says, don't know if you discovered it, but Maria Lucia by Luciano, wow. It's a spectacular cigar.
Yeah.
It's a spectacular cigar. This cigar here has a little bit of nicotine that's starting to catch up to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that just no sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be no sleep, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk some events here. We've
So
got a few
Wayne,
events.
Turd's asking, are you going to blind test them or remove the brands, or will we have the labels on it?
That is okay. So there will not be labels. There will be numbers, which I'll put in the spreadsheet, and then we'll make our notes on that.
Which is good because people get blinded by labels, and there's some stuff that have really pretty labels, but the cigars themselves, Let's judge the cigar based on the cigar, not the label.
Just don't slip the Gurkha.
We didn't even walk through the Gurkha booth.
That looked like a Mexican garage sale. I'm gonna be honest. That booth was not a good setup. It was just bundles of shit all over the place, and backpacks and naked lady golf tees and the whole.
It was just. I wonder what they say about us, because I know what we say about them.
That probably echo the call. I'm sure there's a lot of people that say the same stuff about us, so that's all right. It's okay. You got to pick your friends.
We've been called worse.
I'm in for a couple boxes of those naked lady golf tees. Common Sense, a podcast. I learned I need more Patoro in my life. Also learned to twist my cutter around the cap before cutting it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Make a little score line. That's not a bad
Wait
idea.
till you try the new melon baller.
Melon Ballet.
Yeah.
You definitely need more
there's some
Patoro in your
stuff.
life. And that's going to move to this month's events. We got a couple this month.
Boom. Well, next one.
Is it not March yet?
It feels like it.
It feels like it. Let's just say it's March. First Friday in March, trivia night. I'm excited about that. You got one in, homie. So we've got trivia night. Get your tickets for that. It's going to be a blast, and then it's going to turn into a party afterwards.
It turns into First Friday, busy style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. And then March 17th, Patoro. Pablo Richard and his beautiful fiance Noelle will be in here.
Her first chance to experience Texas, even though she really wants to experience Texas.
I'm really hoping. We got her a custom belt buckle.
Nice.
I'm just praying that it gets here in time.
I would really like to take some shots at that building with a long rifle. Let her just go out there and just start.
Yeah, we need to talk
It's
about.
not like we're going to piss off any workers. They've been working on that thing longer than the pyramids.
Yeah, there's one guy.
Yeah,
It's like
one
his
guy holding a
retirement
brick
plan.
up one at a time.
Yeah, most people they go, hey, when I retire, I just want to have a cigar lounge and just sit and enjoy myself. That guy was like, I'm going to retire and build a hotel.
Build a hotel. I'm going to start in 2020 and see how long it takes.
yeah, this is the pyramids. So we've got Pablo coming in. That will be an owner spotlight event.
Yeah.
And we need to run this through the events process here, but we're talking March 31st as the reveal to have Principal Darren Chaffee to release the bar branding, release a new product. And the thing is, if you play the game of releasing the product, he has, I think, 3 boxes of what will be the exclusive Aviator for next door for this year. We'll have a new Aviator, new Vitola, new blend every year. but you could be one of the first 30 people to have that. It's a cool looking.
I know the cigar.
That aviator
I do know the
that
cigar.
will be specifically and only
It's
for
very
the bar.
cool.
So you'll have access to that if you come in and
It's
take part.
perfect.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
it's perfect.
So
Perfecto.
that is good. What else we got here, Pops?
Darren also gave us a new Vitola yesterday that barely fit in my backpack.
What's that called? It's called the Espoir.
Okay.
9.5 by 46.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a 46 ring gauge, so it's not a real. It's not a huge cigar.
I can't wait. He wants us to let it rest for a little bit. I did appreciate a couple of manufacturers that gave us samples of pre-production cigars. Jake Wyatt showed the new Maverick, and they gave us some Mavericks.
Yeah,
and
it's in there somewhere.
It is in there. There's 3 samples, no labels, but there are 3 samples in there. But I appreciate the fact that they said, look, just do me a favor and let it sit for 2 weeks and let it finish up. So I appreciate that.
That's the Bocock.
Bocock Brothers Infused.
Bocock Brothers Infused. El Sublimado. Some has 50-year-old cognac, and the other one is a 21-year-old Scotch.
Okay.
They're in little tubos. Well, I mean, we got to try them.
Why not?
We got to try them.
Can't dance, it's too wet to plow.
There we go.
Yeah.
What else you got to round us off?
It was a great week to be hanging with my kids and walking through the show. We had a good time. Elliot added that nice little fun twist, which is taking us to restaurants that we would never go to. And I think he ordered everything.
One duck is enough ducks.
Yeah, they brought 2
We
ducks.
didn't need 2
They brought
ducks.
2 ducks to the table. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and one duck makes
We'll take
30
3 of
tacos.
these, 2 of these. He almost ordered the bird saliva. It's called a bird's nest. Apparently in Indonesia it's a big deal, but it's actually made of bird saliva that they said tastes like vermicelli.
I don't know what that is either.
All I know is that the table next to us, they had 6 of them, and then they left, and we were like, "What the hell is that?" And they came over and explained it to us. I think it was from their country. And anyway, long story short, Elliot was going to order it, right? And they're $400 a pop.
$400
They had
a pop.
$1,600 worth of bird spit sitting on the table next to us.
No, there were 6 of them.
Oh, there were
They had
6?
over $2,000 worth of bird spit on that table.
Jesus Lord.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. So we've got.
Mark Meyer was asking about the $80,000 lighter.
Well, to be determined. There's only one that's actually manufactured,
Right.
and it is one of one as it currently. I'm glad you guys, at least Mark, I'm glad you enjoyed the social media updates while we were out there.
Yeah, Mark, if you want to order that, you'll have to wait 6 months for it, but we can go ahead and take your money now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We'll give it to you. I'll give you $10,000 off right now.
right now.
Call it $72,000 clear.
Let's go even 70. Taxes.
Tax it. We'll eat the tax on that
Yeah,
one.
we will.
So, with that being said, Adrian's not here, but I knew he wasn't going to be here, so I wanted to make sure to wear my Cigars and Guns T-shirt. But
Nice.
This is no, it's in the original. This is the second month, I think.
I like
Equalizer.
that. I like the purple.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I think it's called Ox Blood. But make sure that you're subscribing to that and staying tuned on Cigars and Guns.
Yeah. Who do we got Tuesday night? Do you know? Somebody.
We have somebody lined up, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, I think someone say Whiskey Guys. Alex Baptista. Pretty sure.
I'll say yeah to that.
Okay.
That does.
Pretty
I
sure-
feel like maybe now
I'm
we're double booked.
I'm in the upper 90s on that.
I'm pretty sure we're double booked then. So check. So what we're saying is we're gonna have a good show on Tuesday. Cigar Talk Live. That's really growing into something that is
Yes.
fun, engaging, and impactful conversations. The rest.
Sorry we can't read. I'm sure there's a bunch of people coming in on Instagram. Unfortunately, that phone is way too far away from me to be able to tell you what you're saying. So, good day, mates.
As is all. So
Let's. I need to eat some sugar to get this.
Oh, you're buzzing,
to
huh?
get this buzz balanced out in my head. Oh, tip of the day. If you do get a cigar that's giving you a little bit of a nicotine buzz, quick bite of something sweet, sugar, a little sip of Coke, whatever, and you will be brand new. Oh, can we just say this? Mark Meyer will particularly want to know about this. But
There we go.
the very last one, oh shit, Opus 22. Last one in existence is in the house. This is 22 of the rare 2022 Opus 22s. It is in the house.
Sweet.
Just pulled it out of the box.
Sweet.
Yep.
So that's great.
Yep. It's here.
You need help lifting it. Damn.
Christ.
Okay, so Pops, will you sign us off, please?
Thank you for joining us today on Saturday at the Shop. We are here every Saturday. This was episode number 200 and whatever. 200 and
46.
episode number 246. That's 4+ years that we've been doing this. Thank you for joining us for that. Be sure to come in 8:30 on Tuesday nights and watch us on Cigar Talk Live. It gets deep.
Gets fun.
We have a lot of fun at that. But great week. It's been fun spending the last 3 days with you guys wandering the show. My feet are pissed off at me right now, but we are in a good place and we got a lot of good things coming in. With that, we will see you guys. Come on in. There's nothing else going on. It's Saturday at the shop.
Peace, homies.
Peace.